Part 1. The Whisper from the Taiga. Imagine a secret, hidden not in the shifting sands of a desert, but in the vast, silent heart of Siberia. A land of extremes, where the taiga breathes with the wind and history is buried under layers of permafrost and time. We're not here to speak of simple stones. We are here to uncover a mystery carved in granite, a puzzle that challenges our very understanding of the ancient world. This is the story of the Siberian Megaliths. Scattered across the remote landscapes of Gornaya Shoria, in the Kemerovo region, lie colossal stone blocks. But to call them blocks is a disservice. These are titans. Some are estimated to weigh over 3, 4, even 1,000 tons. To put that into perspective, that's the weight of a dozen blue whales, lifted and placed with impossible precision. The official narrative tells us they are a rare, natural geological formation. But when you stand before them, as a handful of intrepid researchers have, that explanation feels fragile. The angles are too sharp, the surfaces too flat, the way they are stacked too deliberate. It feels constructed, but by whom? And for what purpose? This is not just archaeology. It is a detective story written in stone, and we're just beginning to decipher its first cryptic page. Part 2. Unearthing the Impossible. The story truly ignited in 2013 when geologist Georgy Sidorov led an expedition into this unforgiving terrain. What they found defied belief. A wall of gigantic, rectangular stones, perfectly fitted without a sliver of mortar to be seen. The craftsmanship is staggering, reminiscent of the finest Inca masonry in distant Peru, yet on a scale that seems to dwarf it. The local shore people, the indigenous inhabitants of this land, have their own legends. They call these stones the Firestones, speaking of a time when their ancestors witnessed their creation in a cataclysm of primordial fire and earth. Consider the logistics. Even with our modern technology, moving a 1,000-ton block of solid granite would be a Herculean task, requiring the most powerful cranes on the planet. How was this achieved in an era we are told was populated by nomadic hunter-gatherers? The sheer effort implies a lost civilization of immense power and sophistication, a culture that has vanished from our historical records without a trace. Or perhaps they haven't vanished. Perhaps they simply left, leaving behind these monolithic markers as a testament to their existence, a message we have yet to understand. Part 3. The Web of Conspiracy and Forgotten Worlds. And this is where the plot thickens, where history bleeds into mystery, and mystery into conspiracy. Why is there so little mainstream archaeological investigation? Some theorists propose a deliberate suppression. What if these megaliths are evidence of a global, prehistoric civilization? A concept that shatters the conventional timeline of human development. This idea, known as the Hyperborean theory, suggests Siberia was the cradle of a white, Nordic master race, a notion later co-opted and twisted by the Nazi Ahnenerbe in their quest for ancient power. Other, more esoteric hypotheses point to the Vedras traditions, which speak of a great northern empire that predated the last ice age. Could Gornaya Shoria be a surviving fragment of Atlantis, or its Siberian counterpart? The conspiracies run deeper, suggesting that the remote location is not an accident. It is a perfect hiding place. Perhaps these structures are not tombs or temples, but something far more complex, a powerful, ancient technology, a geophysical device, or a beacon, now dormant, waiting. The silence from official institutions only fuels these fires, making one wonder, what are they afraid we might find? Part 4. The Analyst's Dilemma. So, we are left with a dilemma. On one side, the sober voice of geology. Exfoliation, a process where granite naturally fractures into large block-like shapes. It is a plausible, scientific explanation. But does it fully account for the perfect 90-degree angles, the precise stacking, the sheer concentration of these fractures in one seemingly structured complex? The human mind is a pattern recognition engine, and we often see design where there is none. But what if this time we are right? Analyzing the facts forces us to ask uncomfortable questions about our past. If this is a human creation, it rewrites our history books. It means a chapter of immense importance is missing. What knowledge was lost? What cataclysm, be it flood, ice, or war, wiped this civilization from the face of the earth, leaving only these indestructible stones as their legacy? The possible implications are staggering. It suggests that advanced human societies are not a linear progression, but a cycle. That we have risen before, and we have fallen. And these silent granite sentinels in Siberia are not just ruins. They are a warning. Part 5. The Philosophical Stone. In the end, the Siberian megaliths are more than an archaeological puzzle. They are a mirror. They reflect our own desire to find meaning in the past, to connect with a legacy greater than ourselves. They force us to confront the fragility of our own civilization. We build with steel and glass, yet it is these ancient stones that have endured millennia. What does that say about permanence? About what truly lasts? The greatest mystery of Gornaya Shoria may not be who built this, but why does it matter to us today? It matters because it humbles us. It reminds us that history is not a settled record, but a living, breathing mystery. That there's still vast, unexplored frontiers on our own planet, holding secrets capable of overturning everything we think we know. These stones are a question carved in granite, a question about our origins, our destiny, and the cyclical nature of time itself. And as long as they stand silent in the Siberian wilderness, they challenge us to keep searching, to keep questioning, and to remember that the world is far older and far stranger than we have ever been led to believe.